On a night when millions tuned in, a heated debate took an unexpected turn. What began as a routine political exchange spiraled into a defining moment, one that left the audience stunned and the internet ablaze. Jasmine Crockett, known for her sharp intellect and fearless presence, faced off against Senator JD Vance. Few could have predicted how quickly the balance of power would shift. What unfolded wasn't just a clash of words. It became a symbolic battle over truth, power, and justice. And when Crockett delivered her final blow, the entire nation felt the impact. The debate was billed as one of the most anticipated confrontations of the year. Senator JD Vance, an outspoken conservative voice, had gained momentum with his unflinching rhetoric. Opposite him stood Representative Jasmine Crockett, a rising star in the Democratic Party and a fearless advocate for justice and equality. The stage was set under the bright lights of national television, where every word, every pause, and every gesture would be scrutinized by millions. Viewers expected fiery exchanges, but most believed Vance, with his polished delivery and reputation for sharp rebuttals, would dominate the stage. Crockett, however, entered with a quiet confidence. She was no stranger to hostile settings, no stranger to being underestimated. The moderator opened the floor, and the early moments played out predictably: policy points, statistics, and the usual political posturing. But soon the discussion veered toward racial inequality and the failures of leadership. It was here that Vance seized the opportunity to attack, using carefully rehearsed lines aimed at discrediting Crockett's perspective. The tension in the room grew. Supporters on both sides leaned in, waiting to see who would land the first decisive blow. Few realized that the most memorable moment of the night was about to unfold, a moment that would expose arrogance, highlight resilience, and forever alter how millions viewed both leaders. As the exchange heated up, Vance doubled down on dismissive rhetoric. He painted Crockett's criticisms as exaggerations, attempting to portray her as out of touch with real American values. He waved off systemic racism as political theater, claiming the country had moved beyond its past struggles. His words carried the kind of certainty that can silence opponents, or so he thought. Crockett listened intently, her expression unreadable. While Vance attempted to dominate the conversation with interruptions and condescension, she remained poised. The crowd could sense it. Something was building. When the moderator turned back to her, Crockett began slowly, measuredly. She spoke not just with facts, but with the weight of lived experience. She reminded viewers of the communities still fighting to be heard, the injustices that statistics couldn't erase, and the lives impacted by decisions made in Washington. The room shifted. What was once an aggressive attack by Vance began to look desperate. Crockett was turning the tide, not with anger, but with clarity and truth. Each point she raised dismantled the foundation of Vance's argument. She drew from history, from personal stories, and from the undeniable evidence of ongoing inequality. Still, Vance tried to push back. He raised his voice, interrupted, and repeated his claims louder, hoping volume would substitute for substance. But Crockett didn't flinch. She pressed forward with the precision of a surgeon, exposing the contradictions in his words. The audience at home could feel the tension escalating. It wasn't just a policy debate anymore. It was a clash of two Americas, one that sought to minimize the struggles of marginalized voices, and another that demanded acknowledgement, respect, and change. And as Crockett leaned forward, delivering her strongest rebuke yet, it became clear that the climax was near. In a moment that would be replayed endlessly across social media, Crockett unleashed the line that changed the debate. With unwavering resolve, she laid bare the hypocrisy of Vance's argument, reminding the audience that dismissing inequality doesn't erase its existence. Her words cut sharply, not with cruelty, but with undeniable truth. She painted a vivid picture of the America many still live in, where opportunities aren't equal, where justice isn't blind, and where leaders who deny reality only worsen the divide. The studio fell silent. Vance, for once, had no immediate comeback. His practiced confidence faltered, His expression tightened and his attempt to interject fell flat. The balance of power had shifted entirely. Crockett's clapback wasn't just a rebuttal, it was a turning point. The moderator, sensing the weight of the moment, allowed her words to linger. The crowd erupted, not in applause but in an energy that could be felt even through the screen. Viewers across the nation realized they had witnessed something rare, a leader refusing to bow to intimidation, standing tall in the face of dismissal. The time the debate concluded, the narrative had been rewritten. What was supposed to be Vance's moment of dominance had become a testament to Crockett's strength. Social media exploded within minutes, clips of her takedown trending across platforms, hashtags calling out the exchange spreading like wildfire. Commentators rushed to analyze what had happened, but the truth was simple. Crockett's words resonated, because they weren't just political talking points. They were real, raw, and undeniably human. She had spoken for millions who felt unseen, and she had done it on the largest stage possible. For Vance, the night ended in silence, a rare and humbling defeat. For Crockett, it was a defining moment, a reminder that courage and truth can pierce through even the loudest opposition. The impact lingered long after the lights dimmed. Viewers weren't just entertained by political theater, they were reminded of the stakes. This wasn't about scoring points or winning headlines. It was about whose voices are valued, whose struggles are acknowledged, and whose vision of America will shape the future. As the debate clips continued to circulate, one question lingered in the minds of millions. If truth can silence arrogance in a single moment, what more can it achieve if we choose to amplify it every day?